Get out of here. Alrighty, what's up, motherfuckers? Peter Gilmore here for another video right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling page, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, find me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and excuse me, and share this video all over the internet. But tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's all you gotta do. So once again, like the video, share the video, leave comments, questions, whatever you want. Come in the chat, act a fool, and that's all that good stuff. And don't forget to subscribe to my channels and share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, but don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications to get caught up to date with my videos, because I've been putting out a lot of videos. So if you missed one, either go back and subscribe and watch all the videos I've done in the past week and change, or the last few days, and that's it. If not, tell a friend, ask a friend to, all that stuff. It is what it is. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, on this warm, cloudy but warm, so the sun's about to come out soon, hopefully. Thursday afternoon, March the 25th, 2021. It is time for your late and out-of-date AEW Dynamite and NXT reviews for March the 24th, 2021, from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida, as well as the CWC in St. Petersburg, Florida. All right. So another week of the Wednesday Night Wars. Pretty soon, we won't be talking about the Wednesday Night Wars because NXT might be moving to Tuesday nights pretty soon. But we shall see what happens with that. So both shows, continuing on the road to April. AEW just going through the motions right now, setting up some new feuds and possible matches for the next event in May called Double or Nothing, one of the big pay-per-views, like their WrestleMania. Well, not really their WrestleMania, but like their Royal, well, not the Royal Rumble either, but one of the big pay-per-views of the year. They usually have 4 pay-per-views a year. So they're gearing up for Double or Nothing coming up in May. So some good matches on the on a last night's show. We had Kenny Omega on the show. We had Darby Allin in the main event against Johnny Yangi. John Silver for the TNT title, which ended in a lot of chaos. We heard from Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby, on the show. Also had a women's match, Ty Conti against the Native Beast, Nyla Rose, and some other stuff on the show. The Young Bucks were on the show in a 6-man tag team match with the Lucha Bros and the Laredo Kid, and I believe his first match in AEW. But we'll get to that in a minute. And that's that. And we'll talk about NXT. What happened? The chaotic night of action at NXT was last night, with the chaotic ending with Adam Cole, baby, and Kyle O'Reilly with their contract signing for their what their solution was going to be. With Rhea and Regal had a solution for their hostility between each other, and I'll get to that in a little bit. All right, let's start off with AEW, because that's the #1 promotion right now. Next to New Japan, but let's start off with AEW Dynamite, and let's start off with that. So, like I said, Dynamite was pretty good last night. Starts off with our first match of the night, an AEW World Championship elimination match. We had Kenny Omega with the Invisible Hand, Don Callis, taking on newborn, not reborn, but newborn Matt Sydal with his brother his brother at ringside, Mark Seidel, I think is Mike Seidel. No, Mike Seidel, I think was. And the caveat of this match was if Matt Seidel wins, he gets a future title shot. So, and this was a pretty decent match, though. These guys have fought before at Bola 2016, when Kenny was a big name in Japan. He was the junior heavyweight champion. Beat Matt Seidel in the second round of Bola. Then I think he beat him again after that. So he's 2-0 against Mr. Matt Seidel. So Matt Seidel's trying to break the schneid. And like I said, Seidel gave Kenny a good run of his money, and almost won the match, but it did not come to be. But we'll get to that. All right, so it starts off with some chain wrestling. Then Kenny takes control, tries for a spinning side slam, but Seidel counters into an arm drag. Then he hits a head scissors takedown. Kenny retreats to the floor as Matt looks for the flying knee. Kenny comes back in, challenges him to a test of strength. Make a kick Seidel in the gut, puts him in a wrist lock, and then starts working over his arm. Continues to work over and stomp the arm for a few minutes before Seidel comes back with a series of kicks. Kenny comes back with some forearms, goes for a pump knee and missed it. And Matt hits a standing moonsault for a near fall. Kenny rolls to the corner where Matt hits a flying knee, goes to the top. I guess he was trying for a top rope move. Kenny crotches him, goes for a press slam, but Matt counters with a head scissors, only for Kenny to jump right back up and hit a big clothesline. Then he hits a backdrop driver, rolls him to the apron, hits a backdrop onto the apron. Ow. Brings him in the ring. Then he hits a big backbreaker for a 1 count. Tries for a powerbomb. Seidel blocks it, so Kenny starts beating him down, trying to get the powerbomb. Goes for the powerbomb again. Seidel counts and hits a spinning back kick. Then a big leaping like lariat, locking Kenny down. Kenny goes to the top as he retreats, but Matt hits a leaping Hurricane Rana and a bling buster for a near fall. Then he picks Kenny up to the top rope, goes for a Frankensteiner, but Kenny quickly slides underneath, and he's in the air. Seidel lands hard on the top rope. Ow. Scary spot, but pretty impressive, but it is. Then Kenny hits the Snapdragon suplex, then a neck breaker over his knee, the collateral damage. Stealing from Adam Cole, but it is what it is. Kenny goes for the V-trigger. Seidel moves, rolls him up for a near fall, followed by a roundhouse kick, and then the lightning spiral for a very near fall. Goes up to the top. I thought he was going to go for the shooting star press. Goes for Meteor instead. Kenny catches him, hits a buckle bomb, followed by a power bomb, and then a vicious-looking V-trigger. And I thought that was going to be it, but Seidel kicked out. Kenny hits another V-trigger, goes for the one-winged angel. Matt counters with a poison Rana, goes to the top, looking for the shooting star press, but once again, Kenny catches him, hits a leaping V-trigger, goes for an angel again for the second time. Matt counters into a victory roll for a very near fall. I mean, it was like this close. I know. I looked at it last night. I had to look at it twice because it looked like Paul Turner went 1, 2, but somehow Kenny kicked out, and Tony Schiavone's going fucking nuts. I'm like, how did he kick out of that? But somehow Kenny kicked out, and then Kenny gets right back up, hits the V trigger, picks Matt Seidel's lip body up, one winged angel, 1, 2, 3. Kenny picks up the victory, and that's pretty much it. Match was all right. I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. And so Kenny got a little bit of a scare, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we move on from there. So good match. Once again, Matt Seidel cannot, beat Kenny Omega. It is what it is. So Kenny goes on, continues his role as of late, and we'll see what happens with that. And that's that. All right, then we go backstage with Alex Marvez as he interviews the Dark Order with Cowboy Adam Page. drinking. I think he was drinking some whiskey. I don't know what he was doing. He was just there. He asked Johnny Hungee, about his his title shot coming up for the TNT title later in the main event. He says he's ready, and he's like, and then they start acting a fool, and Johnny's like, it's like I can avoid the coffin drops, like coffin drop, coffin drop. Everybody's falling down, right? I think it was Alex Reynolds starts it. Johnny moved, and then Grayson did it. He moved, and then I think it was Five did it, and he went like this, and then he fell back, and everybody was like, "Get out of here!" And he fell on the couch. that was funny. I mean, what's wrong with Five? I mean, come on. What is wrong with Five? Conspicuous by his absence, I did not see Brody Jr. Maybe at school or something. I don't know. But it would be nice to see Brody, but it is what it is. So that was kind of funny. And they leave. Wish him luck. And Paige walks up to John Silver, asks him if he's nervous. John's like, maybe a little bit. So Adam's like, this is a big match for you, but either way, the Dark Order are proud of you, are going to be proud of you, and he says, I also wish you luck, and I'm proud of you too. So it's nice to see, Adam Page kind of in the dark, he's kind of in, kind of out of the Dark Order, but he's there. So, but we'll see what happens with John Silver in the main of that match with Darby for the TNT title. So I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Speaking of Adam Page, he's in our shit break match of the night, or your squash match of the night. Match number 2, he takes on Cesaro Bononi, the guy from NXT, and the guy that botched last week. Oh my god. If you haven't seen that botch that he did last week I think it was on Dark, oh my god. This guy needs to go. This guy really needs to go to get some training. I watch him in the ring. I watched him in NXT. He was okay, but I mean, he's been botching lots. He's a botch machine. Botched last week. He was supposed to, get chokeslammed by Luchasaurus. Goes off the rope and just stands there. He's like, oh, I forgot the move. And freaking, WJ and Jerry put it up on the Wrestling Juggernauts channel, the Facebook page, and they're laughing about it because, how much they hate AEW. But it is what it is. I'm not going to bash Jerry. I'm not going to bash WJ. But they really need to lay off the hate for AEW. But it is what it is. So anyway, takes on this jabroni. Somehow that's a win. In AEW, I don't know how he gets a win, but it is what it is. So basically, Page beats this guy up. So yeah, he sends Bononi to the floor to begin the match. Attempts a slingshot plancha, but Bononi caught him, slams him on the apron. Ow! Brings him back in the ring. He chokes Page in the corner. And then they go face to face. Page, come on, you son of a bitch. So Page lowers Bononi with a bunch of forearms. Goes for a scoop slam. Bononi counted into one of his own. Didn't even look good. Goes for a clothesline. Page moves. Hits a bunch of clotheslines, but Bononi doesn't go down. And then Bononi swings at Page, but Page caught him. Hits a exploded suplex. He goes right to the outside. Flips in, hits the buckshot lariat. 1, 2, 3. Adam Page does some cowboy shit and wins the match. Get back on his on the winning track. So Adam Page gets the win. Match was I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. I love Adam Page, but come on, don't put him in a match with a fucking jobber. A jobber that can't even fucking wrestle. I mean, put him against somebody from Dark, like Max Caster or somebody. I mean, come on. Not a guy like Cesar Bononi. Not anything wrong with him, but I mean, he kind of needs a lot of work. Lots of work. I'm telling you. Lots. Big man, but he needs a lot of work. But I digress. All right, so we move on from there. All right, then we get a promo. Lance Archer earlier in the day for an undisclosed location. Some rundown shack. I don't know where it was. Probably in the hills of Jacksonville or something like that. Anyway, he says that he used to look up the Sting. He says the icon, and without his bat, he's not the icon. And without him, there would be no Lance Archer or anybody else. But he keeps interrupting Sting because, it's supposed to be his time, my time. So holds up the bat, or a bat, not the bat, but holds up a black bat. Says that it used to mean that people used to pay attention to Sting, and says that people will pay attention to him, or there will be hell to pay. And so later, it's going to be showtime. So continuing the possible Sting versus Lance Archer match that might happen later on. Excuse me, down the road, maybe a Double or Nothing, but we shall see what happens with that, and we move on from there. Anyway, notice like Jake Roberts in the crowd last night. Not that anybody cared, but except I'm Jake Roberts. That's all I gotta say about that. So we'll see what happens with Lance Archer and Sting, the man called Sting. Coming up in the next couple weeks, and that's that. All right, then we see the whole thing between Thunder Rosa, not that Rosa, but Thunder Rosa, and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby. That hellacious match last week. Match of the, right now it's the year. I mean, the bloodbath that it was. So we see a Thunder Rosa promo talking about the match. Says she has worked her whole career to get to this moment. She thanks the fans believing in her, and basically saying that she put wrestling on the map, women's wrestling on the map, and AEW on the map. Well, I think she put women's wrestling on the map because that was probably the most violent women's match I've ever seen since the barbed wire death match in FMW back in 1994, I believe. Last week was violent. And that's that. So that brings out, transition into Tony Baloney, Tony Schiavone, Tony Schiavone, whatever you want to call him. He interviews Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD baby, on the ramp about the match. So the crowd starts booing her. I don't know why you would boo her after she basically killed herself. So anyway, she gets pissed. And she's wearing the new T-shirt with her bloody face on it, which you can buy right now on AEWshop.com. And actually get it. I think it's like $25 plus shipping. So it's about $30, $35, I think. Maybe more. I got the money, so it is what it is. That's probably the only thing. Maybe an AEW shirt and that. I gotta see if there's any deals I can get for shirts on AEWshop.com, but definitely want that shirt. It is what it is. So it says that the fans are just as dumb, as delusional as Thunder Rosa. Said that she should be thanking her for every single day, because she'll be remembered now because of her. Britt says that she wrote history with her own blood, sweat, and tears, and she allowed Thunder Rosa to be a part of it. She says that Thunder Rosa had the audacity to say that she put the women on the map. Says that if that's the case, then why is everyone talking about her and not Thunder Rosa, which is very true. Because a lot of people have been talking about her on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and then social media is just blowing up. But anyway. So anyway, she says she doesn't need all the praise from people on, telling her that she's a star. Brings up Mick Foley. She's like, thanks for the thumbs up, Mick, but it only took you 20 years to become a hardcore icon. Well, only her one night. Damn. Britt says that even with the blood flowing down her face and in her eyes, she never saw more clearly. She said that Tony Khan keeps hiring all these legends, despite having the greatest legend right under his nose, meaning her, I guess. Says that she put AEW on the map, and that AEW comes second to the most epic letters in wrestling history. No, not RKO. That's DMD, baby. And that's it. So great promo from Britt. And we'll see what happens with her down the line. And that's all I got to say about that. But great promo. I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. And we'll see what happens. Maybe another match with Thunder Rosa down the line. I mean, if they have another match, if they can top that one, I don't think they could. But if they do have another match, and it's as violent and great as their unsanctioned match was, oh my God, we'll see. And that's that. All right, then we go to commercial. We come back where we see Christian Cage talking with the Varsity Blondes and Dante Martin on Top Flight. And then we see the lovely Dasha Fuentes or Dasha Gonzalez walk up to them, ask them what they're talking about. Christian says, I know a thing about tag team wrestling, so I'm gonna just giving them some friendly advice. Their match coming up with the Pinnacle, and then Frankie Kazarian comes up and says, you've been here all this time, and you even say hello to me. So they kind of chuckle a little bit. It's like, hey, what's going on, blah, blah. So Frankie points out Christian's catchphrase and asks when the work part of that is ever going to happen. Christian says he's been in the ring with Frankie many times back in TNA. So he knows how good he is. And if he wants to know when the work starts, that is next week. And it could be Frank, and Frankie wants a match. We can have one. So Kazarian's like, do ya? No, he didn't say do ya, but... so Frankie gets in his face and like, you're on. Then he talks about he has a match on Monday on on Elevation, and tells Christian to maybe come see it. That's it. So we'll see what happens with that. It should be a good match next week. Frankie Kazarian and Christian Cage in Christian's first AEW match. Probably have some ring rust. Since the last time we haven't seen Christian since the Royal Rumble, which he really do much in the Royal Rumble, but. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Sorry, my neighbors and slamming doors and stuff. It is what it is. And that's all I gotta say about that. And Roses just came out of the room talking up a storm. What it is, what it is. All right. So I give that's 2.5 out of 5 stars. So next week, Frankie Kazarian and Christian one-on-one should be a great match. Can't wait for that. And we move on. All right, then we get to, I believe, okay, I got, oops, I went a little bit, no, I didn't. Okay, thought I did. All right, then we get to match number 3, a trios match, where we get the Pinnacle of the Revival, FTR, Cash Wheel and Dax Harwood, and the chairman of the board, Sean Spears, along with MJF, Wardlow, and Tully Blanchard. They take on the Varsity Blondes, Brian Pillman Jr., Griff Garrison, and their partner Dante Martin of Top Flight. Match was all right, but nothing great. Starts over with Griff Garrison and Sean Spears. Garrison tossed Spears to the side, only for Spears to come back, take him down with a waist lock takedown. He transitions to a wrist lock, but Garrison rolls back, counters it, tags in Brian Pillman Jr., who works on Sean Spears. So the faces start taking control for a while, and they tag in Dante Martin, and comes in and hits a ghetto stomp on the arm for tagging back in Brian Pillman Jr. So they're working over Sean Spears for a while. Eventually, Spears gets they're working on Sean Spears a lot. He finally gets a tag, and then comes back in and starts beating up Brian Pillman Jr. But Pillman fights him off with some kicks, tags in Dante Martin. Martin hits a cabrata onto both of them, and then the Pinnacle retreat to the floor to regroup, and then the faces try for a triple dive over the top rope, but Wardlow steps in. He's like, no, you ain't gonna dive. So then we go to break, and during the break, we see Griff Garrison hit a double spear on Dax and Sean Spears, but Dax takes out Dante Martin as we come back from break with a creepy, really weird looking brain buster. brainbuster. You know, kind of you picked him up, twisted, and then he hit the brainbuster, kind of twisting brainbuster. Then he backdrops Dante Martin onto Sean Spears' shoulders for the C, and then Sean Spears hits the C4 for the win. 1, 2, 3. The Pinnacle get the win. Wasn't anything to write home about. So match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And afterwards, Wardlow comes in, chokeslams Brian Pillman off the top rope. Right before Tony Schiavone was coming into the ring. Tony's like, no! I was like, please, I was like, please, but, take out Tony Schiavone so I can have his job. Please. Tony Khan, I'm still waiting for your call. Still waiting. I'll fly down to Jacksonville. I'll do it today. Not today, but maybe this weekend. Give me a call. I'll pack my stuff. I'll come down to Florida. We'll do a tryout. Hopefully you like it. If not, well, I tried. And if you like it, I'll move all my shit down to Jacksonville. Just get out of this fucking, I love New Jersey, but I mean, come on. It's fucking cold. I know spring's, it's 65 degrees today, and tomorrow's supposed to be almost 80 with thunderstorms and shit. But I think it's right back down to 50 by early next week. Ugh. But so winter's kind of holding on for a little bit. But it is what it is. But yeah, Tony, call me up. I'll go down to Jacksonville. Just pay for the airfare and the hotel, or whatever, and the food. Because just pay for my airfare there. Airfare and hotel and food, and I'll be there in a heartbeat. That's all I gotta say about that. And we move on from there. By the way, thank you for the dislikes, motherfuckers. Because I know you think my video, but it is what it is. So anyway, Wardlow chokeslams Brian Pillman. How much? Oh, pretty good. Not bad. All right. He chokeslams Brian Pillman off the top. And then Tony Baloney gets in the ring to interview him. Cash Wheeler says that he will die for the Pinnacle. Do whatever he can for them. He's very passionate. A passionate partner. Passionate member of the group. And then Dax Harwood says that Proud and Powerful, or LAX, Santana Ortiz, have a lot of people in AEW fooled, but they're not fooled. He says this isn't a romantic comedy. No more. Key says professional wrestling. And if you want to see where you stand in wrestling, you come to AEW and ask for the Pinnacle. Yeah. Jack's telling it like it is. AEW is the place to be right now, next to New Japan. And that's that. Then MJF gets on the mic, starts taunting Chris Jericho. Said that he's surprised that Chris hasn't said or done anything yet. Challenges the Inner to come out right now, but they don't. And then he says they're terrified to do so. So Tony Schiavone's like, well, you beat him up so bad last week that hurt. And then MJF's like, Tony, if you interrupt me again, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm like, please do. Please, MJF. I hate your guts, but you have a micro penis, but please beat him up. It is what it is. So he says that next week, he has a gift for his family, whatever that means. We'll see what happens with that. So maybe they'll mock when Jericho took them to Vegas, and all of them got drunk. So maybe he'll do something like that. He did kind of mention gold. I don't know what that was pertaining to. Maybe they'll get gold, gold watches or some jewelry or something like that. No, MJF's loaded, but it is what it is. So we'll see what happens next week with the Pinnacle on the program, and that's it. So I gave the Aftermath 3 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. All right, then we got a segment with Team Taz, and Taz. He says that there's no problems in the group because Brian Cage apologized to them all last week, and Cage is like, what? I did? But he still looks pissed. Still has the FTW title. Why? mean, why give him a title if he only defended it maybe once? I know he's the machine and everything. He's the Swolverine, but, you know, Mr. GSI himself, whatever he does, you know. No offense to Brian Cage, because I met him before, you know. Was going to mention, you know, his hot-ass fuck wife, Melissa Santos, you know, but I wanted to be nice and not be a fucking pervert. You know, I want to bang your wife. Beat me up. But you know, Melissa knows she loves me, but it is what it is. And that's all I can say about that. So we'll see what happens with Team Taz going forward. And maybe Brian Cage leaves the group eventually and becomes face. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. And we move on from there. Excuse me, got something in my eye. Okay. All right, then we go back to the ramp, where we get more of Tony Baloney. This time he interviews QT Marshall, who says he's pissed because people think he's only there because he's Cody's friend, and then the fans chant Cody's friend, Cody's friend. No, says that there is no one in AEW that has done more work than him. Says he understands he has gotten some perks because of Cody, but he bitches about all the things he does backstage for him, like keeping his coffee warm. So basically, he's a gopher. Besides being an agent, he's the gopher boy. QT says he woke up one morning and realized that there wasn't a ladder he could dive off of or a match he could win that wouldn't have an asterisk next to it, reading Cody's friend. And then he showed his wife, I think it was his wife, in the crowd. But was what it was. It wasn't who you thought it was. No, was that? No, that was a. No, that wasn't. I was thinking Kelly Klein, but she was married to I think what was his name? I can't think of his name. Yeah, but she's not married to him no more. But it is what it is. Big ups to Kelly Klein, by the way. Kelly, you need to, you know, I don't think you're still following me on Twitter, but if you are, you know, come back to wrestling. We miss you. I miss you. You know, my sweetheart. Come back to AEW. Come to AEW. Come to an indie fed, please. I miss you. That's it. Not like that, but you know, it is what it is. So anyway, so QT then challenges Cody to an exhibition match next week, so he can prove to the world that not only does he belong in AEW, but he can hang with the best. He says he can't make Cody do anything, but he won't get back in the ring if he has to continue to be in his shadow. So then Cody comes out from the back because he was doing, you know, working with Tony Khan. You know, he has the headset on and all that shit. Comes out in a sling because he got his arm broken by Mr. Pentagon Zero. Yes, we got his arm snapped. So Cody comes out, says he understands QT's angst, and though his heart is not into this, he would still gladly accept the challenge. And he says that Art Anderson will be the special guest referee in this exhibition. Cody says that he has a reputation to uphold, so he will be there to win, but he promises not to hurt QT. He says, if I lock in the figure four, I'll let go. If I lock in crossroads, I won't hit it. So basically, he's gonna lose. He said, I won't hurt you, but well, I guess I'm not gonna do anything. So Cody says that QT has been a good assistant for him and has become a friend, maybe even a best friend. And then he offers him his hand and a handshake. QT accepts, and that's it. But still, I think QT Marshall is gonna turn on Cody and the Nightmare family, go his own way. Not that he's gonna go anywhere, but it is what it is. So we'll see what happens next week in this exhibition match with Cody and QT Marshall. Should be an okay match, but we'll see what happens with that, and we move on from there. That's that. So I gave all that 3 out of 5 stars, and we move on from there. All right, we go to commercial. We come back with match number 4, another trios match. We got the Lucha Brothers, Phoenix, and Pentagon Zero Miedo teaming up with the Laredo Kid, who the last time we saw him was at Fyter Fest, 2018, 2019, I think. Anyway, they're taking on the Young Bucks, the AEW Tag Team Champions, and their best friend, the man who produces BTE and does all the most of the camera work, Brandon Cutler. This match was good. It was a great match with all these guys. Long ass match. So I'm gonna try everything. So like I said, the Radio Kid's first match in AEW since 2019. So it's also with Phoenix and Nick Jackson. They go back at it, and they kip up and then do super kicks and stuff. It was kind of great. It was great. Then they tag out to Matt Jackson and Pentagon Jr. He super kicks Matt, but Matt comes back with a springboard arm drag, and then Pentagon comes back with a crucifix for a near fall. Tries to stomp Matt, but he catches his foot and trips him into a sharpshooter. Pentagon gets the ropes, breaks the hold, and then they stare each other down. And then Brandon Cutler and the Laredo Kid come in. They start shoving each other. And then the Laredo Kid ducks a springboard from Cutler. And then cartwheels over Cutler and hits a back kick. Starts beating the crap out of Cutler, sending him to the floor. He goes for a dive, but the Bucks cut him off. They drop kick him to the floor. Phoenix then comes in, hits a double spring lucha arm drag to both of them, which was very nice, sending them to the floor. And then Pentagon has a springboard plancha onto the Bucks on the floor. Phoenix then sets up for the dive, but Brandon Cutler kicks him, hits a springboard flying forearm, or the phenomenal forearm. Basically, that's what it was. Sends Ray Phoenix to the outside. Then he goes off the ropes, hits a springboard somersault plancha on the Lucha Brothers. And then the Laredo Kid goes up top, hits the golden moonsault onto Matt and Brandon Cutler. Then he goes back up again, but Nick kicks him, lifts him up to his shoulders as Matt goes up top. They hit Made in Detroit by the Motor City Machine Guns. You know, these guys for a near fall. You know, so nice of the Bucks to kind of pay tribute to the Motor City Machine Guns, even though there is no Motor City Machine Guns right now because Chris Sabin is in TNA teaming up with Cowboy James Storm, who's about to have his 1,000th match against Eric Young, I believe, this coming week. That's pretty impressive. 1,000 matches, and I don't know how long James Storm's been in wrestling. I think since like the start of TNA, so it's been like 15, almost 20 years, and you have 1,000 matches. That's not bad. Pretty good for a guy that should be in the TNA Hall of Fame with Chris Harris as America's Most Wanted. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens with that. So, and I still don't know what happened to Alex Shelley. I think he's still injured. So we'll see if he ever comes back. But that's that. And we'll see what happens with that. So they hit Made in Detroit for a near fall. And then Matt works on Laredo's arm, tags in Brandon Cutler, flies off the top with a flying axe handle, 1925 style, on the arm. So they start taking care of the Laredo Kid. The Bucks and Cutler work him over in the corner. They hot tag out. And they slingshot somersault sentons. And then Matt hits the last one. Cutler leg drops the Laredo Kid at the same time. Matt then picks him up, hits a bling buster for a near fall. And they continue to beat him down. And eventually the Laredo Kid gets the hot tag to Pentagon Jr. And then Nick Jackson comes in. Pentagon hits a series of sling blades on the Bucks. Then tags in Ray Phoenix. And then the Lucha Brothers hit double super kicks on the Bucks. Pentagon lifts Phoenix up onto his shoulders, and Phoenix dives out with a big frog splash on Nick for a near fall. And then Phoenix and Nick both leap to the top, but the Laredo Kid blind tags in, hits a springboard Hurricane Rana. And then Penna hits the ghetto stomp off the top. And then Phoenix hits a swanton for a near fall. And they continue to go at it. I'm going to paraphrase. This is a long-ass match. We're getting to the end. And Nick kicks Penna to the floor. Matt hangs up on the corner as Nick hits a somersault senton plancha over onto Pentagon. Phoenix throws Nick into Matt, then goes for a rolling diamond cutter, or a rolling Gilmore cutter. But Brandon Cutler backdrops him into Matt's shoulders, and the Bucks hit an assisted Indie Taker go for the pin, but then Nick hits a springboard tornado on the Pentagon on the floor. Matt hits a springboard spike DDT on Phoenix on the apron. I mean, he spiked him on the apron. Woo. That was very scary and painful. And looked like they were about to go to win the match, and then out of nowhere, the Laredo Kid hits a Spanish Fly off the top on a Brandon Cutler. 1, 2, 3. The Lucha Brothers and Laredo Kid get the win. Match was great. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Just an amazing match, and that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on from there. All right, after the match, Kenny Omega comes out, attacks the Laredo Kid with the belt, starts beating him down, and then gets on the mic. He's like, "I'm having flashbacks. And he says he remembers Laredo from the first Fyter Fest from 2019 and from AAA. I think he beat him in AAA too. That's why he's still the AAA Mega Champion. When is he going to defend that damn belt? Probably never. So it is what it is. Kenny says that 3 years ago he had a choice to make, to stay at the place he loved or go to New York, meaning WWE, or stay with the Bucks. He says he never chose AEW. He chose to stay with the Bucks and the vision they created, AEW, together to make it the best promotion on the planet, which it is. Kenny says he chose the Bucks, but they never chose him back. He says he will give them one more chance and says, throw up the too sweet. And says that they have changed and tell them to stand with their friend. But the Bucks like, nope. No, Kenny, we don't want to deal with your crap and, Don Callis and the Good Brothers crap anymore. So Kenny tells Brandon Cutler to go be their cameraman and carry their bags. And then the Bucks get pissed. They hit a double. And then, the Bucks, they leave. And then, Kenny has his back turned. And then the Lucha Brothers come in. They hit a double super kick on Kenny, busting his teeth wide open. He had blood coming from his lip. Then he hit the Lucha Driver, the Fear Factor stomp on Kenny, laying him out. While Don Callis is, by commentary because he didn't know what to do. And then the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, come out a little bit too late, and they help Kenny up. He's like. So we'll probably see another trios match next week on the program. I would think Kenny and the Good Brothers will team up, the Super Elite, or whatever they call them themselves now. Along with Don Callis, they would take on Pentagon, Ray Phoenix, and Laredo Kid in another trios match. And I would not be surprised if the Bucks and Brandon Cutler might get involved with that. But we shall see what happens from that, and we'll move on. We will move on from there, and that's that. All right. We got a member in the chat, douchebag. Washington Central says he's got a stiffy. He got a stiffy. I guess because of the Bucks match, of course, not because of me, but it is what it is. But if I give you a stiffy, just don't splash on me. Okay? Go do that on your own time. Don't just splash on me or anything like that. You can still go fuck yourself. That's all I can say about that. All right. So I gave that Aftermath 3.5 out of 5 stars, and we will move on from there. All right. Let me just get this comment out of the way. Thank you. All right. After that, we get a promo, not a promo. We get a video from Jade Cargill saying that Red Velvet is a pit stop on her road to success, and then she challenges her to a match, which might happen either this week or this coming week on Dynamite or whatever that may happen. We'll have to see what happens. So that should be a pretty decent match. I mean, the last time we saw those two women in the ring was a couple weeks ago with Cody and Shaq, and we also remember what happened to that. Jade got the win, and Cody and Shaq went through a table, and that was that. So we move on from there. So we'll see what happens with those two coming up. All right, then we get a video of Cody and Brandy. They're going to have a reality TV show coming up on TNT called, what's it called? Road to Rhodes or something like that. I forget what it's called. So yeah, another wrestling reality show. I mean, how many fucking reality shows we have for wrestling? I mean, we have Miss and Mrs., which isn't a bad show. Steve Austin show, which isn't that bad. And then we got Total Bellas, or as I call it, Total Sluts, but that which Rosa watches. You know, because she loves the Bella twins. Um, but I don't watch that crap. I don't watch Total Bellas. And then you got Young Rock, which is okay. You know, I have to watch the last 2 episodes because I missed it. It's not a bad show. It's kind of corny at times, but it is what it is. And then now you're gonna have another reality show with Cody and Brandy, which I think is gonna be pretty good. I think it's gonna be good. You know, I'd love to see it. I don't know when it's gonna be debut or anything, debut, whatever. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, got my good buddy Nick Infante 92 in the chat. What's up, Nick? How are you this afternoon, my good friend? And you want to talk about Dynamite and NXT? Go ahead. We'll have a nice little chat. But I want to get this done a little bit quick because I have to go do some errands and go out with the missus. And that's that. So I want to get this done pretty quick. So leave your comments and in the chat if you want to talk about anything on what happened on Dynamite or NXT, and we'll get to that. All right, let's continue on with that. All right. So we're going to commercial, and I was watching it last night, but I was on on a stream with my good buddy Chase last night, destroying trolls and everything, and talking, AEW Dynamite and Dragon Ball Z and all that other shit. Sadly, that video is not up, and it's not up. I don't know why Chase did not put it up. It was a good thing, even though I think a couple trolls try to porn bomb. Showing their ugly fat ass. How's the ER, motherfucker? That's what happens. Karma comes get you. You went to the ER like a little prick. Here's what it is, fat bastard. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, let me get that off. All right, and we move on from that. So we go to a segment with Eddie Kingston, and he has his foot bandage from with the attack last week by the Good Brothers and Kenny. Said he has broken something, probably broken his leg, broken his ankle. About that's fine because it's not the first thing. Kenny says the Good Brothers and can you go in the other room?
Can you go to another planet?
Can you suck my wood?
Can you suck your wood? That's why you're gonna get banned on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna get banned on YouTube.
Keep it up.
Yeah, right. That's why you're not on YouTube. Anyway, enough about.
Sorry, I get corny when I.
Anyway, so if you hear the ding, hello. It is what it is. So I'm gonna try to talk over her loud, obnoxious voice. So anyway, Eddie says the Good Bros and Kenny will pay for what they did because where he and Moxley come from, you put one of them in the hospital, they put one of you in the morgue. And then Moxley asks if the Good Bros or Kenny think they are willing to get as dirty as they are. Promises they aren't willing to. And he says that if the Bucks are going to be in this game, they better be willing to get their hands dirty, and says that he doesn't have time for the Bullet Club drama. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff. I mean, with the Bucks, with Moxley and Omega, with the Good Brothers and Kenny, and now with the Lucha Brothers and the Laredo Kid. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things in that tag team division right now. So who knows what's going to happen with this conglomerate situation, but we shall see what happens from there, and that's all I got to say about that. So I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars, and we move on from there. All right, how much time I got? All right, I don't want to make this too. I'm going to try to keep going. All right, that's it. All right, then we get to our next match, women's action. We got the Native Beast, Nyla Rose, with everybody's favorite person, Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me. The vicious Vixens, as they call them. I think they're the Vicious Vixens or something like that. Anyway, she takes on Ty Conti, who comes out with the Dark Order. Man, we get that. So this was an okay match. So Nyla starts trying to use her power early, but Ty catches her on an armbar. Nyla rolls her over into a near fall. Ty hits a series of judo throws, and then attempts a flying knee, but Nyla catches her, hits a spine buster for a near fall. Then she puts Ty in a wrist lock on the mat, starts biting her hand. Ow! And then she starts putting the boots to her in the corner, starts choking her in the corner. Goes for a suplex, but Ty escapes, rolls her up for a near fall, only to get killed by a big time lariat. And then Nyla hangs Ty Conti in the ropes, goes to the top, hits the guillotine knee drop or the King Kong knee drop. Goes for a cover, gets a near fall as she kicks out as we go to commercial. Nyla's still in control, but Ty gets her knees up on a somersault senton, and then hits a series of elbows, hits the pump knee, and then another one, followed by an attempt at a hammerlock DDT, but Nyla blocked it, took her down. Ty drop holds Nyla into the ropes and dives off the middle rope with a pump knee for a near fall. She charges at Nyla, but she backdrops her over the ropes. Ty lands on the apron, climbs up top, dives off, but Nyla ducks underneath, hits a lariat for a near fall. Tries to go for the beast bomb, but Ty counts into a sunset flip. Nyla punches her, but then eats a big boot from Ty Conti. And Nyla comes back with a Samoan drop attempt, but Ty escapes and hits a roundhouse kick and then followed by a bunch of flying knees, about like 4 or 5 flying knees. And then she hits the DDT, or the hammerlock DDT. 1, 2, 3. Shockingly, Ty Conti picks up the victory over Nyla. Kind of gets revenge from the women's elimination tournament. So Ty Conti wins. Makes Anna Jay pretty happy. That's that. So biggest win in her career. So match was all right. Gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, as she celebrates her win, Vicky Guerrero comes in, grabs her. Nyla attacks her from behind. Tries to go for the beast bomb, but then we see the AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida come out, hit Nyla in the back with the kendo stick, and then out of nowhere, the bunny Allie comes out and hits her with the kendo stick, knocking her down. Then hits Ty Conti with it. Then we see Matt Hardy and the Hardy family, Hardy whatever he calls it, the HFO, Hardy Family Office, I think he calls it. It comes out with a butcher and a blade as they watch as Allie and Nyla beat the crap out of Hikaru Shida and Ty Conti. And then Matt gets on the mic, says the Women's World Title Eliminator Tournament was a sham because Allie was not in it. And his clients have been overlooked for far too long. And he says that will end right now. So we'll see what happens with them. We found out later that next week, Ty Conti and Hikaru Shida will team up against Nyla Rose and Allie in a women's tag team action. Should be a pretty decent match, and we'll see what happens with that as we move on with that. And that's that. All right, so I give the Aftermath 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. All right, then we also find out that next week, maybe this might be the main event. I don't know. But next week, we will see the Arcade Anarchy match between Mito smashing on a pussy, yeah, and Kip Sabian as they take on Chucky T, Chuck Taylor, and Orange Cassidy of the Best Friends. Give me a hug. And we'll see what happens with that in the first ever Arcade Anarchy match, where I believe arcade games will be around the ring. And I don't know, I think you have to put your opponent through the arcade. I don't know. As long as I have some cool arcade games. Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man and maybe Galaga, Donkey Kong. Who knows? But it should be an insane match next week, and we'll see what happens with that. We move on from there. All right, after that, we get a promo from Scorpio Sky saying, talking about his new side of him, after he attacked and almost injured Darby Allin. So it's not a new side of him, it's just one that no one has ever seen before. He says that he has been screwed over time and time and time again, and says that humility only gives people the opportunity to underrate you, and his time of being overrated is over. So we'll see what happens with Scorpio Sky, the winner of the Revolution ladder match, the face of the Revolution ladder match, won that big Sonic the Hedgehog donut ring, whatever it was called. Then he proceeded to lose to Darby, so it was a waste of fucking time. But it is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. So I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's done. All right, then we go to commercial. We come back with the main event for the TNT title. Johnny Hungee, John Silver with the Dark Order at ringside, taking on Darby Allin, the champion. This is a pretty good match. We see Matt Hardy and his crew in the front row as the Dark Order stares them down. They're still going on with that situation. But like I said, great match. Let me just check my time. Okay, we're not bad. Darby and John lock up. They have a stalemate. And then Johnny takes Darby down with a Greco-Roman knuckle lock, circa 1905. Whatever. Darby counters it, takes Silver down with a headlock takeover. Johnny comes back, tries to push Darby into the ropes, but Darby takes him down again. Johnny tries to fight back, but Darby takes him down again. So Darby's just beating him up for a while. But eventually, Silver fights back, fights him off, and takes him out with a corkscrew elbow, sending Darby through the ropes, crash into the floor. I mean, it just went boom, boom, like a car wreck. That was sick. And Silver tosses Darby back in the ring, hits a big European uppercut, and tosses Darby across the ring with a Beal. And then he throws him again into the turnbuckles. Ow. Then he press slams Darby into the turnbuckles, hits a flying knee, followed by a bling buster for a near fall as we go to break. Come back, still beating up on Darby, throws him on the outside, throws him into the barricade, goes to charge, but Darby moves and Silver crashes into the barricade hard. And then Alex Reynolds checks on his buddy as he sells an elbow injury, which later comes back to bite him. But he tries to get back in the ring, but Darby hits a tope suicida onto Alan Angel's number 5. What is up? I mean, come on. Can you stop picking on number 5? Number 5! Not Johnny number 5, but number 5! Pulls himself in front of, as he pulls himself in front of Johnny to, basically sacrifice himself. And then we see the man called Sting comes out with his bat and tells the Dark Order to back up. And they're like, "No, we're not gonna hit you, Sting. We praise you. We respect you, Sting." So anyway, they go back in the ring. Johnny hits a series of elbows with his other arm, goes for a lariat, but Darby counters into an attempt at a backslide. Johnny blocks it, hits a bunch of nasty kicks. Darby comes back with an arm breaker, goes for sliced bread number 2, only for Johnny to block it and lock in a rear naked choke. Darby attacks the arm to break the hold and throws backwards for a near fall. Johnny comes back with a swinging DDT that spiked Darby on his damn head for a near fall. Darby rolls to the floor. Sting once again backs down the Dark Order as they were hovering over Darby. Johnny kicks Darby, then stares over at Sting before tossing Darby back in the ring. Darby hits a series of roundhouse kicks, but every time Darby sits back up and then catches his leg, slaps the crap out of John Silver. Johnny comes back with some slaps of his own and some punches. They go just like beating the crap out of each other. Then he charges into a boot, and then Darby goes for a victory roll, but Johnny sits down for a very near fall as Darby somehow kicked out. Then they go back and forth with some forms, some slaps, and Darby hits the springboard coffin drop. Darby's about to win the match, but Johnny comes back with a pump kick, sending Darby into the corner. Johnny lifts Darby up to the top, attempts a superplex, but Darby shows him off, and then he hits the coffin drop onto the entire Dark Order on the outside. And then Darby goes up top, but Johnny uppercuts him, then goes and hits a super airplane spin bomb, which is very impressive for a very near fall. As Darby gets his foot on the bottom rope, he was out of bounds, as the commentator said. Johnny goes for a powerbomb, but Darby counts into the code red. 1, 2, 3. Darby Allin retains the TNT title in a pretty damn good match. I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. So Darby continues his reign as champ. And that's that. Afterwards, Darby gets up and Johnny's holding his shoulder. I think he hurt his shoulder, might have popped his shoulder or something with his elbow. Yeah, they said he injured his shoulder, stuff like that. So he gets up and Darby, puts out his fist. They fist bump. So mutual respect for each other, which is not what you like to see in wrestling. And then out of nowhere, Matt Hardy pulls Darby out of the ring, throws him into the barricade, and then Sting and the Dark Order fight each other. Well, Sting and the Dark Order fight with Hardy's crew, and then Ty Conti comes out, attacks Ali, and then Darby Allin hits a tope suicida onto Matt Hardy, and just a complete and utter brawl goes on after the show goes off the air. So that ends Dynamite. So chaotic scene between the Dark Order, Sting, Darby Allin, and company. So lots of things to talk about going into Wednesday night, and we'll see what happens on Wednesday night on the final Dynamite of March, and we'll see what happens with that, and we move on from there. So all in all, Dynamite was pretty damn good, and I gave it 7.5 out of 10 stars. I don't know the ratings right now for the show. I'm not going to look it up. I'm not going to do another video probably tonight. I might do another video later today. I don't know. We'll see. Depends how I feel, and that's that. But like I said, once again, 7.5 out of 10 stars for Dynamite, and we'll see what happens this coming Wednesday night on TNT with another edition of Dynamite. Should be a pretty good one, and we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. All right, now let's get to NXT. Just load up my notes. NXT was pretty good this past week, and with the final segment with Rhea and Regal coming out with a table and trying to solve the solution between and this hate between Adam Cole Baby and Kyle O'Reilly, which ended in a lot of chaos. And then the aftermath after the cameras went off the air with Kyle badmouth, still wanting to fight Adam, and then Adam goes to the ring, and then security tries to get him, tries to stop him, and then Adam beating up security, and then William Regal tries to stop him. Adam hits William Regal. Oh boy, Adam, what are you thinking, dude? That's gonna cost you a lot of money, dude, and possible suspension. So I don't know if Adam Cole's gonna be on the show this coming Wednesday, even though it's a go home show. So I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that, and I'll talk about that in a minute. As let me just load up my notes as my computer goes a little bit crazy, as it always does. So hopefully I don't want this to last too long. Can't find my notes. Damn it! I have it here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. Hold on. My computer's just acting kind of crazy. So give me a minute. So hope everybody's having a great day. Nick, hope you're having a great day. If you're still in the chat, you're still watching. And whoever else is watching, hope you're having a great day. And if not, well, too bad for you. And that's all I got to say about that. All right. Okay. I want to get this done quick because I got to go out and do some errands. And that's all I got to say about it. All right. Just load up my. All right. Here we go. All right, so NXT was like I said, a pretty good show. That it was. Okay. So we started the show off with we head immediately into a video package highlighting what took place, leading into some of the matches for last night's show. Then we get a recap, some highlights, and we get welcomed to the show by Vic Joseph, along with "Wait About It." Bad news, wait about it. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. And of course, yeah, sadly, WWE Hall of Famer, Beth fucking Phoenix. It is what it is. So, don't know how she's still in the Hall of Fame and anymore. Freaking colleagues in the fucking Hall of Fame. And he's probably gonna get inducted either by he's gonna get inducted by Jinder Mahal most likely because he's Indian, and Ranjan's gonna interpret his shit. Should be pretty exciting. No, it's gonna suck. Big, hairy, fat, Indian donkey camel crap. Fuck the Hall of Fame. Fuck the great. Nick says amazing AEW last night. Yes, it was. Very good show. Very good show. Good ending. Good TNT title match between Darby and John Silver. Don't know the severity of John Silver's injury. Hopefully it's not too serious. And we hope to get him back in the ring. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's that. All right. Let's get back to NXT. All right. All right. Then we get a video clip from earlier in the day as we see a good buddy, say it with me, Adam Cole, baby, entering the CWC. So we're gonna hear from Adam later on in the show. Then we see a quick clip of him entering the building. Cole's let into the building by security, apparently worried for his safety, because Kyle O'Reilly tried to kill him last week with a car. And then we all remember what happened with, after that they got arrested, and William Reed was yelling at Cole to shut the crap up. And then Kyle's in the backseat of a police car, even though it's a police, one of those freaking, not even a police car, like a truck, whatever it was. So, yeah, so I'm gonna see what happens with those two guys, on the show. Should be some pretty interesting stuff, and that's that. All right, there we get to. We go inside the Capitol Wrestling Center for our first match of the night. Women's match in Kai and Logan on the NXT Women's Champion in my third and Zoe Stark. This came about last week. When Raquel and when Zoe Stark was taking on Dakota Kai, and Dakota Kai beat her, and then they start beating her down, and Aew comes out to save her, and then throws the contract, in her chest and everything. I believe Raquel did sign the contract, so that match is going to happen on 2 of Takeover and Deliver, which happens a week after this week. It should be pretty good. So first, get that. So Aew comes out with a great music by Poppy, and Zoe Stark comes out. Blah blah blah. All right, so we start off with Raquel and Zoe Stark starts beating the crap out of Zoe, overpowers her, and he starts to talk smack to Zoe as she shoves her across the ring and into the corner where starts just continue to beat Zoe Stark up. And then they finally lock up, which led to Raquel once again overpowering Zoe in a corner, and Raquel still talking trash to her. Then Raquel focuses on the arm, only have Zoe finally come back with some strikes, and then continue get some momentum going for her. She lands a big hurricane takedown, followed by a running uppercut to Raquel, who is now using the corner to his back. Then Raquel makes her way out of the corner. She then she sends Zoe on the outside of the ropes on the apron. So begins to make her way back in the ring. She lands a knee to the jaw of Raquel Gonzalez, followed by a high knee to Raquel, and brings her back into the corner. Blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna make this too long. Do I have another? Okay, no, I don't. Starts getting beat up, and my notes. Computer Bruce, you son of a bitch. Damn it. All right. And then the heels start beating up on. Start beating up on her. Eventually, Aew gets the hot tag, and she comes in like a house of fire. Beats the crap out of both of them. Getting to the end of the match. And so he brings Raquel back in the ring as Aew hit the moonsault on I think Dakota Kai on the outside. So she's Zoe sends Raquel back in the ring, goes to the top turnbuckle, looks for the 450. Raquel rolls out of the way, and then Raquel evades Zoe again, looks to land a kick, and then Raquel then immediately she hits the kick, then follows up with a big slam of her own, sending Zoe to the canvas. And then Aew slowly drags herself back in the ring. Raquel grabs Zoe for the big slam, but she kicks Aew off the apron to the floor, then drives Zoe into the mat with a big slam, covers Zoe in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. So Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai pick up the victory and continue, get back on the running track. We'll see what happens with them. Sucks they lost the NXT Women's Tag Team belts in the first night that they got them. The Ember and Shotzi. Sucks. I don't know why they lost the belts. Makes no goddamn sense. It is what it is, and that's that. So I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Faces off with Raquel, and then Dakota Kai comes in, but Aew noticed it, turns around to knock Dakota back to the floor, but she turns around, and then Raquel, she follows her outside, grabs her, then follows up by sending Aew on top of the commentator desk. Did not hit Beth Phoenix. Damn. And then she throws her over the table, Then we see some replays from the match. We come back. We see Aew still on the table, face down, as Raquel looks on from the stage. Well, she looks on. It's like, I did that. You know, kind of look going into that match at Takeover for the NXT Women's Title, and I think, like I said, this is going to be Aew's biggest test to date, and I don't think she's gonna a 1-year title reign. I think it's going to come to an end at Stand and Deliver, and that's it. So I think Aew's reign is going to end. I think Raquel will. Sorry about the lag of the fucking router. What it is. My internet connection is not so good, but it is what it is. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Stand and Deliver and go on a nice run with the belt. I just don't know who's going to beat her at this point. Maybe Dakota. I don't know. Who knows? That's all I got to say about that. So I give the Aftermath 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, Nick Vaccine. Good luck to you. I don't know which one you're getting. It doesn't matter really, but it's nice you get vaccinated. That's all I got to say about that. Get the vaccine, get healthy, and that's all I got to say about that. I don't care because I'm not going to get the vaccine. Because I'm immortal. I'm strong. I might get the vaccine later on, but right now, with all the side effects that all three of them have right now, I'm not positive. I'm just kind of worried. And if it's gonna get Johnson & Johnson vaccine, the one shot, I'm not gonna get the Pfizer or the Moderna or the AstraZeneca vaccine. I'm gonna get the Johnson & Johnson one, the one shot. Just shoot me in the arm, and if I get fucking side effects, let it be. That's all I gotta say about that. That's all I guess. I don't know. But like I said, probably not gonna get the vaccine anytime soon. I'll get the flu vaccine, but I'll get the flu shot coming up in August or September. But the vaccine probably won't be for a while. But Nick don't get too bad side effects, and that's that. All right, so we move on from there. All right, we start, and then afterwards, Raquel throws up Aew type up their match at Stand and Deliver, coming up in a little over a week. And that age of Adam Cole baby attacking Kyle O'Reilly. I don't know where that came from, but the surveillance footage that was collected showing Adam Cole sneaking in and attacking Kyle at the Gracie School. That is, you know what I meant. On Tuesday. So so we see that. So that leads to a interview by Sarah Schreiber. I guess she's now doing NXT again. I don't know where Mackenzie. So following that, we head backstage where Sarah talks to Kyle, who also has security with him, and then we so he's about to talk, and then Roderick Strong comes up to him, says that he wants to see Kyle kick Adam Cole's ass for all that he's done to them. Kyle responds that he appreciates Roddy's words, but there is no more us. So it's basically no more Undisputed Era, and reminds him that this is just between him and Adam. Roddy seems affected by it and starts staring down Kyle starts staring down Kyle, just like right here. I thought they were about to go at it. Kyle and Adam can both go to hell, and with that, Roddy walks off. So, basically that kind of solidifies and confirms that this era is now no more, and that's all. Roddy walks off, and Kyle's not in a good mood, and he's like, "This interview's over," and then he leaves with security, and that's that. That's it. Segment 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we stay backstage where we see whatever is in his ring gear, cuts a promo on his opponent for last night, Bronson. It won't be a pleasure for him. The match, the night won't be a pleasure. Goes out how it's his. It's not an insult. It's just a fact of life, and that's it. So we'll see what happens with him. This segment, 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we go to break. We come back. Champion, well, not the current one. He's still the cruiserweight champion. Well, it is what it is. We get Jordan Devlin. He talks about he's going to make an example at the NXT, the current NXT cruiserweight champion Santos Escobar at Takeover Stand and Deliver to see who is that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, so pretty much it. All right, we got another member of the AEW on YouTube. If you mind, no, that's okay. I'm about to go out and do some errands, but that's that. But next time, maybe next time. Don't forget me. And next time, maybe if I'm around, or if I'm not doing anything, I'll come on the panel and talk some AEW, talk some NXT, talk some New Japan, talk about any fucking thing you want. But that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So next time, because I have to go out and do some errands. Sorry, apologize. Next time. I promise. Next time. Sorry about that. Don't hate me. If you do, say it. Sorry. All right. After that, I'm gonna just paraphrase this because I want to get the hell out of here. All right. Then we get to our next match: Bronson Reed and LA Knight. That was a pretty decent match. Bronson Reed wins the match. I lost my notes. This computer sucks, big fat hairy cock. And that's that. Of Eli Drake, which sucks. I mean, you have him win last week, and I forgot who he was fighting last week. I think he was fighting Jake Atlas or somebody last week, and and then you have him lose this week. Makes no sense, man. I thought they were gonna have Eli be this big star and lose. What the fuck is going on there, man? Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, that's that. So, all right. How much time I got? 1 minute. Hour. Okay, going almost an hour and a half. So I want to get out of here. So, because I gotta get a couple of things. All right. Blah 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 blah. Let me just. This Microsoft Word app. I have my phone next to me because I put it on my phone as well. So, so I gotta poop. I gotta poop. So, come on, computer, let's work it out here. Come on, time is money, money is time, as I say. Here we go. Hopefully I can get these damn notes up. My computer sucks, by the way. I just want to point that out. If you want to donate a computer to me, let me know. Not I try to pay. I'll try to pay you back, but got a lot of bills to pay, so it is what it is. Blah 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 blah. All right, I'm not gonna. Poop, poopity poop. I actually gotta poop, but I don't want to go because I gotta poop. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My computer is not working with me. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can. All right. Okay, like I said, Bronson Reed. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get this done. Okay, so Bronson Reed picks up the win over after hitting the tsunami on Eli Drake. So he gets the win. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, then we go to the commentary table where we get an update on Danny Burch, who hurt his shoulder last week in a match with Cross and Finn Balor. They retained the tag team title, so we kind of get an update on that. They said that Danny Burch is out 6 to 7 months with his shoulder. Ugh, sucks. Bad for Danny Burch, man. I really just great athlete, sucks on the mic, but he's great in the ring. And just a really bad, just bad luck for Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, who held the belts for a little while. And I thought they were gonna, go on a monster run with the belts, but things happen, and that's all I can say about that. So, so they had to vacate the belts, and new champions will be crowned at Stand and Deliver as the Gallo del Fantasma, Raul Mendoza, and Joaquin Wilde will battle MSK, Wesley, and Nash Carter, and the Grizzled Young Veterans, Drake and Gibson, in a triple threat match to see who will become the new NXT Tag Team Champions. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to be a toss-up between MSK and the Grizzled Young Veterans. I'd like to see the Grizzled Young Veterans get it. I think they deserve it a little bit more. But we'll see what happens with that. But they really should have given it to MSK. But at least give MSK was about to get the shot, and then I think it was Nash Carter hurt his hand. Young Veterans beat him up, and took the title shot away from him, which sucks. And that's that. So that's that. So at Stand and Deliver, I believe it was night 1. Triple threat tag team match for the titles between MSK, Legado Fantasma, and the Grizzled Young Veterans, and we'll see. Who becomes the new tag team champions? And sucks about Danny Burch. He's gonna be out 6 to 7 months. Ugh. And I know about shoulder injuries. I mean, it's not fun. I never had a separated shoulder. I haven't gone for about a month, a couple weeks to about a month and a half. Put me in a body cast and everything. Then like a month later, I was taken off because I heal pretty damn quick, like Wolverine. But it is what it is. So I know how it feels to have a shoulder injury. But hopefully Danny, has a speedy recovery, comes back and kicks some ass, and I hope to get the tag. Him and Oney Lorcan get the tag belts back. But it is what it is because I never really lost it. Say about that. So Lorcan, he's in our next match as he takes on Killer Cross. It was a decent match, and Killer Cross gets the win with the strike to the back of the head. But Oney Lorcan, held his own. It's some running uppercuts, gave Killer Cross a run for his money. But in the end, Killer Cross picks up the win, and match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Cross says he wants to address the actions of Finn Balor last week. After he ran into his beautiful, lovely girlfriend Scarlett. He says they had malice. He appreciates that because he realized he was giving his man who didn't appreciate or deserve it. He says when he held Finn's neck in his hands, it felt like anyone else's. Then he says when the fuse is lit, there's no stopping what's coming next. But it seems that his Balor as the champion is here. But he says he doesn't. Well, let me rephrase that. He says that when the fuse is lit, there's no stopping what's coming next. And then Finn Balor comes out. He says last week, Killer Cross took his best shot, but the Prince is still standing. He says what he really did last week was show him his weakness. He says when a man is young, he fights with uncontrollable emotion. And until he learned to control that, he became untouchable in the ring. He says Cross still fights with emotion. In those moments, he's sloppy and vulnerable. He says he will push Cross to the point where he will either surprise everyone and master his emotions, or the emotions will get the best of him. And he says when they do, he will drag him into the cold, deep water and he will drown him. So more hype to their NXT title match on night 2. And we'll see what happens with that. So good aftermath. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we move on from there. And pretty much all I gotta say about that. All right. I'm trying to get this done. I'm going to use my phone because I have my notes on my phone. Actually, I got it back now. Thanks. Thank you very much for taking 5 seconds. You're doing this. Anyway, after that, we get an announcement by William Regal. There will be a 12-man battle royal where the final 6 men will head into an elimination match at night 1 of Stand and Deliver, and the winner of that will become the #1 contender for Johnny Gargano's North American Championship, and he will fight Johnny on 2. So we shall see what happens with that and who will be in that match, and that's pretty much it. All right. Let me just my note. Use my phone. One notes on my phone. Let me just look them up. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I apologize for the unprofessional thing. Let me just. Okay. All right. I'm gonna paraphrase some of this because, God damn it, hit the wrong button on my phone. Okay. I don't know what they're talking about. Hold on, hold on. My phone's going berserk. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get my notes. It is what it is, and that's that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna paraphrase all this shit. I don't care now. So I want to get this done. So anyway, we get to our next match. Walter, the NXT UK champion for almost 2 damn years, he takes on Drake Maverick. Walter kicks the crap out of him, puts him in a submission, and then Drake Maverick tapped out, and referee ended the match. So Walter picks up the victory. Match he gave 1.5 out of 5 stars. Walter's so fucking dominant. Afterwards, also comes out and says that when he said Walter intrigues him, he kind of messed up on it, misspoke. Actually, it's the NXT UK Championship that intrigues him. Ciampa challenges him to a match at TakeOver Stand and Deliver. So also like facing you, Ciampa. But Ciampa slaps him. But Walter beats the crap out of him, and then Imperium joins in to beat him up. Walter then rips off the necklace that Ciampa wears, drops him with a massive chop. Oh, God. And he says he's going to see him at TakeOver. So that match is now official, I believe, for night 1. So night 1 looks to be stacked. So we're going to see Walter defend the NXT UK Championship against Tommaso Ciampa. Thank you for coming, Tommaso Ciampa. There's no way in hell that he's beating Walter for the championship. No way in hell. Walter's probably going to have a championship for like another 150 days. I mean, there's nobody. maybe Pete Dunne, but I have no idea right now. Freaking Walter is a beast, and that's it. That's that. All right. Speaking of Pete fucking Dunne, we see a segment of him saying nobody has dared to step up to him since he put out the challenge, and so he's going to dominate the Battle Royal and become the North American champion. That could possibly happen. I would not mind seeing that, and we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. After that, we see Stone talking to Mercedes Martinez. He feels Jesse Kamea got hurt and wants her to take her place. She takes some money, says that half, and wants to rest after the match. So Robert Stone using that money, and that's that. So after that, I give that 2 out of 5 stars. So after that, we get to the women's tag team title match. Shotzi and Ember taking on Aaliyah, Mercedes Martinez. Nothing to write home about. Ember hits the eclipse on Aaliyah, and they pick up the victory. So Shotzi and Ember retain the NXT Women's Tag Team belts. Match was all right. Gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. All right, I'm gonna shut that off. That's that. So, like I said, we had that, and then we had the Cole O'Reilly segment. Basically, Adam Cole says that we've been friends for like 12 years, but I'm gonna beat the living shit out of you. And then they have us. Yeah, that. Oh, I forgot. Jordan Devlin defeated Kushida by pinfall. And then afterwards, Shawn Michaels brings out a ladder because Santos Escobar came out after that. And so they're going to have a match at TakeOver to unify the Cruiserweight belt, which is nice. Thankfully, we'll have one Cruiserweight champion now. So we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. So I gave that match 2.25 out of 5 stars. Kushida put up a good fight, but Jordan Devlin kicked his ass. And that's that. All right. And then after that, to end the show, we have William Regal present Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly with a contract. Basically, it was a contract for an unsanctioned match at TakeOver Night 2. So I don't think that's going to be the main event. It's going to be one of the main events on Night 2, which is going to be on Peacock. So I don't have Peacock, so I'm going to miss it. But I'll still do a review of Night 1 and 2 on next Thursday night. So we'll see what happens with that. So anyway, basically the contract say, it waives NXT of all damages from the match. And Kyle talked about how he sold his soul from the Undisputed Era and he wants it back. Kyle's like, there is no, not Kyle. Adam's like, basically, I'm gonna whip your ass. I'm gonna put an end to this. And then they have a shoving match, and then security has to break it all up. And then, like I said, what happened after the cameras went off the air, where Kyle goes in the ring, he wants Adam to get in the ring. Adam gets in the ring, he has to beat down some security to get there. Then he hits William Regal in the face. So I don't know what the repercussions of that's going to be. We'll have to see what happens with that. So we'll find out this Wednesday night on the program, the go-home show before Stand and Deliver Night 1 and 2. So it should be a good show. That's all I got to say about it. So I gave the final segment 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. And like I said, we'll see what happens with everything on next week on the program, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, so NXT was okay, nothing great. So I gave it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you guys thought of AEW and NXT in the comments section down below, or you can do a video reply if you wish. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Also, there was another exclusive content on WWE YouTube page and the Facebook page and everything else. That there was a video of Ember and Shotzi talking to Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. So that might be a match at TakeOver for the NXT Women's Tag Team belts. Maybe we'll see what happens with that. Indy and Candice might win the belts. Maybe bring some gold, more gold into the way. With Johnny defending the belt, the NXT North American title, which I think in that battle royale, I think it's going to be Dexter Lumis is going to be in it. Maybe Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes to the moon. He might win it. I'd like to see him win it. I'd like to see him and Johnny Gargano go at it. But I think it's going to be Dexter Lumis to get the shot. And I think he's going to beat Johnny Gargano to win the North American title on night 2. But we'll see. Never know. Never know with the WWE these days. But it is what it is. So that's it for my video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channels. And all that other good shit. Follow me on social media and all the links down below. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap the bell. Turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right, everybody. I'm going to edit this video up. And then get the hell out of here. I got to do some errands. Got to go out with the missus. And that's pretty much it. Because I'm kind of bored in this fucking house. You know. On my day off. But it is what it is. So. Go back on the weekend. That's all I gotta say about that. And that's it. So thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out. Rock on. If you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. And that's it. So thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace, bitches.